What's up, guys? It's Matterz, and for the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies new DLC map, the Iron Dragon, a part of the first DLC map pack, Awakening, we have some background storyline information for this map that reveals a ton of really cool stuff. Basically, we're going to talk about the in-real-life background of this map, of this location within history, and then we're also going to go through a bunch of different in-real-life relations that we're going to see within this map. Obviously, this map, the Iron Dragon, is an actual place within, I guess the world. It's here standing right now. You can go see it. It's called I'm pretty sure it's not Hohen, it's the Hohenwerfen Castle within Austria, and it's in the Austrian town of Werfen. It's pretty interesting. I'm gonna leave a series of images on screen, some images that we see here, and in direct relation to what they depicted this map to be like. Who knows if Trek actually went to this town in Austria and actually took this word for word, and just whatever they saw, they put it within the map. And that would be pretty cool, because some of these images and some of the stuff I was seeing for this location is really insane. We're gonna get into the storyline first. Basically, the storyline of this was used as a fort to fight against the forces from King Henry, which was around the year of 1000, and it was used primarily as a military fortification base, and they used that for a while within the year of 1000 and that sort of time period. But then it slowly turned in, and alternatively was a state prison. It was pretty weird. They actually had crazy prison walls where, it says here on the Wikipedia page, the tragic fate of many criminals spent their days there, maybe their last, and inhumane conditions, crazy freaking, it's one of those corrupt prisons, I would say, especially because of the time, around the 1100s. It's really insane. That was a while ago, so you would imagine how it must have been within those prisons. And it sort of does make sense for a zombies map to be like that, because obviously that's a perfect eerie setting for a zombies map, which, it was a military base, and then it turned into a state prison, and then it was also used within the 1930s as a World War II training camp by Austrian officials. It was used for a ton of other stuff for that war. There's probably a ton of other information, but this is like a brief sort of overview of the background information for this map, just so you guys can sort of get an idea of what this map will be like and what we're actually going to see, and the history behind this map that may play a huge role in understanding this map in the future. Now, what we would infer, and I'm pretty sure the Gaming Revolution first tweeted this out, it's almost as if this map has so many elements of Mob of the Dead. Obviously, Mob of the Dead mobsters, they have this corrupt past. They're going to this crazy prison. Obviously, if you don't know, Alcatraz, one of the craziest prisons in the world, really. The things that went on there was insane. I'm not going to say it's necessarily corruption, but the things that went on there were just absolutely insane. Now, this obviously relates back to this castle and this use of the castle within Werfen, Austria, because it was used to house some of the craziest criminals back then, and especially because of that time period. Like, anything would have went down. There's basically no rules. It was just ancient times at that point, and it must have been brutal what happened there. So that brutality and that just eerie factor just plays a huge role within this map, and that's why, like I said, the Gaming Revolution had this Mob of the Dead-esque feel to this. And basically he was like, obviously, this is gonna be Mob of the Dead. You have, well, not Mob of the Dead, but elements of Mob of the Dead that basically feel, and the background storyline of Mob of the Dead that it brings. And we have Call of the Dead as well, because of the actual snowy element to it. We actually want a new snowy map. And then that's really it. We have the Ascension sort of theory here, but nothing from Ascension really fits in with the in-real-life location. I think that's just more of the fictional sort of storyline of the Origins characters and the cross-dimensional analysis there, and all that crazy stuff where we go through when we look at each parallel universe throughout the DLCs. I think that's going to be a huge role within going throughout these DLCs. But this is really it. It's really crazy. For the actual background elements of this map, obviously we have the military base, the state prison, and the military training camp during World War II. I think we're going to see a ton of that seen within the map, possibly a part of the Easter egg, so hopefully you guys do understand that. But now we're going to move on to something pretty cool. You're also going to see on screen ice caves. Now, this really, it doesn't really have to do with history per se, but it makes a lot of sense, and it's really cool. And this is the actual direct location. It's actually called Eisenrachenwelt, and it's called the World of the Ice Giants, and that's within Werfen, Austria, the same location of the castle. You're going to see some pictures throughout the video of the ice formations within this map. and it's really insane. This map obviously is going to be a really cool cliffside map. You have the castle, and they're going to go through within a close proximity the actual ice caves, and the ice caves probably they're going to be insane. I know they're going to put that as a part of an Easter egg or something like that, because it's so freaking cool, some of these ice caves, and just the fact that we may actually get an ice cave like this. It's just a first time in Zombies history, and that's a really cool thing that Treyarch are doing for us, because they're adding new elements, adding new locations to really extend and expand this zombie storyline in a really cool fashion, I guess. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Obviously, the ice caves don't have any real history per se. I mean, they were discovered. There's, you know, I guess visiting hours as of now. You can go there right now and actually see these ice caves, but nothing really historical happened here that would help us with the zombie storyline. But it's pretty cool. So it's definitely going to be a part of the new map. It's right in the same town, so obviously it's going to be, that's a huge factor. That's probably also why they picked this location in the world to do it. They have the historical castle, which was used as a prison. It was really eerie. It had all this crazy dark history, and then also the ice caves, which is, you know, they can use to expand upon that sort of main idea. So they can do a lot with this map, but we'll just have to see how they execute it. I think they're going to do pretty well. And so tell me guys what you think in the comment section below about this map, about the history of it and the ice caves and all that. And yeah, see you guys later.